All right, it's Thursday. We're cooking with gas now on these horror movie recommendations for 2023. You know, we started out a little, but I got shut on the TV over there. I'm about to watch some stuff. So today, our theme for October 5th is swords and shit, okay? Both movies got a bunch of swords and shit. The first movie is Spine of the Night, right? Spine of the Night is an animated horror movie, swords and sorcery type of thing, right? It's that old school, you remember the movie Heavy Metal? How, like, the art style was, like, really weird. Like, the old 70s Lord of the Rings movies, it's rotoscoping. What they would do is they would film, right, people doing the stuff, and then they go back and they paint over it. They paint over the actual film, and that's why some of the movements look odd or they look a little bit more fluid, because they're not actually drawn animated. They're painted over real people moving. It's a pretty cool technique. The movies I remember it is like the 70s Lord of the Rings. Anyway, Spine of the Night does that shit. And it is adult animation 100%. There's fucking naked barbarian women. There's naked barbarian dudes. They're fucking chopping everybody's fucking heads off and stabbing everybody to death. The movie's about this naked barbarian woman in the snow who's looking for this blue flower of her people. And this blue flower is also being sought after by a necromancer. So the necromancer is trying to resurrect fucking dead shit, and naked, snow-covered female barbarian is trying to fuck him up with a sword. And it's really good. It's like, it probably is a little bit more Conan than it is, a horror movie. But look, there's precedent for this type of shit, right? So, one of the greatest Italian horror directors of all time, well, now I'm fucked. Mario Bava or Lamberto Bava, whoever which one is the dad who made Planet of the Vampires and Black Sunday, okay? Mario Bava, right? He made Hercules in the Haunted World. And that's Hercules, and he's fucking fighting zombies and monsters and shit. And Lucio Fulci, Zombie, House by the Cemetery and Beyond, all the classic horror movies. He also made a movie called Conquest, which was swords and sorcery and demons and witches. So we give this one a pass, and it was a Shudder exclusive. So if you're like, hey man, this is a fucking fantasy movie, like, all movies are fantasy, ass. Anyways, movie number 2 is definitely some swords and sorcery shit, but it is also very heavy horror. And that is The Headhunter. This movie has 1 actor in it. I mean 2 if you count the head, and 3 if you count the little girl in the picture. But the movie starts out with this like dude in like armor, all grimy as shit. And, like, a guy comes from the town. They don't even show the guy. The guy shoots an arrow into the tree with a piece of paper on it. And the dude in all the armor goes and grabs a piece of paper off the thing. And it's got, like, a picture, like, wanted. And it's got, like, a booger monster on it. So he fucking gears up with his fucking geared up, right? And he goes to wherever the booger monster is and pop! Chops off the fucking booger monster's head. Because through flashbacks, we find out that he had a daughter, right? And the booger monsters killed his daughter. So he's killing monsters to avenge his daughter. Well, he brings the head of the monster back and he puts it up on his wall and he nails it on his wall. And something happens. The door shuts too hard and it falls off. Poor craftsmanship. And he's got like this pot of black goo. I can't remember what it's for, but the head kind of like falls in the black goo and it reawakens. And it starts reforming into a even more devious, evil fucking monster, right? And the head, like, needs a body, and it finds his nearby buried daughter. Yeah, it gets wild, bro. And it's just this dude, this one man alone, just, what the fuck? He's got to fight monsters, and it's dark, and it's scary, and the little head pops out. Does all that shit at him, and he's like, God damn, right? It's straight up horror. It's straight up horror, right? There's no doubt about that with the Headhunter. Like I said, so the first movie tonight is Spine of the Night. That's an animated movie. It's probably still on Shudder, probably on Amazon Prime now too. They tend to mix. And then the other one is the Headhunter. So go check that one out. But like, if you want to see more and more like sword and sorcery horror movies, there's not too many of them. There's definitely a bunch of them if you go out there and find them. The Black Death, with Sean Bean dying again. There's a Field in England, I guess, right? Like I said, there's Hercules in the Haunted World. There's Conquest. I mean, Conan 2 kind of, sort of plays out like that, but there's definitely a good bunch of them. Go check them out. It's a boundary that doesn't get crossed much. Oh, The Northman. The Northman. The Northman's a good one. But yeah, it's definitely a genre mix that doesn't happen too often. While the Conan theme is yelling at me as loud as it fucking possibly can. Anyways, tomorrow's theme is cars. Horror movies with cars in them. And I'm not going to be fucking talking about Christine. Even though I want to talk about fucking Christine. But I'm not going to be talking about Christine. It's got two movies. Two super indie movies. Right? One of them's got a sweet, like, 80s vibe in it. The other one is from the dude who directed Host. And the movie didn't get enough fanfare. But we'll go over it tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, every day this week. Check out what's going on. I'll give you more horror movie recommendations. I'm about to go have a cup of coffee and watch Chud. Take it easy.